Hey y'all, thanks for tuning in to Michaela DIY. If you're new here, please consider subscribing for more DIY and home improvement content. So today's video, we are actually going to be planning out my IKEA kitchen, and I'm going to be using the IKEA Kitchen Planning Service, which I'm gonna kind of show you the process throughout the video. But the first thing we had to do was go and measure the kitchen, which I think I did a little bit of overkill with it, but I really wanted to make sure that the measurements were completely accurate because unfortunately my nearest location is about 3 hours away. So that's a long drive to have to turn around and go back, I guess. But for me, I wanted to see everything in person. That's why it was kind of important for me to get everything right the first time. Go out there, see what I liked as far as the cabinets and things go, and then work with one of their kitchen and planning specialists and then ordering everything. So yeah, I'm gonna walk you guys through the entire process, but yeah, stay tuned. Given this is my very first time remodeling a kitchen, it was really helpful that the service comes with a downloadable guide that tells you exactly what to measure. So we're starting by measuring from the floor to the ceiling, then between each wall, and from the corners to the door. You also want to make sure that you're measuring each window, the distance it is from the floor, the distance from the ceiling, and the corners of the room. And then you do the exact same thing for your doors. During this process, you'll also want to take note of where your light switches are, your outlets, your water supply, and your ventilation goes. That way, if you are planning to relocate them, you know exactly where they're going to go. Now everything is all measured. I entered those numbers into the online planning tool, which is what gave me this. Now I'm not actually getting any appliances from IKEA. I'm just using them as placeholders for this model. I wanted to get this done specifically before the IKEA appointment. That way, when it comes to working with the specialist, if there's something that needs to be fine-tuned or changed, we can do that there. And I can also see the cabinets in person to know what their color scheme is actually going to be. Ultimately, this process really wasn't that difficult as I thought it was going to be, which is good because I like things to be pretty simple. The following weekend, we went out to IKEA for our kitchen appointment, and unfortunately, I did not get any footage from inside the store because I just get so nervous filming in public, y'all. But ultimately, you just sit down with the kitchen specialist and they go over your plans, or you either start from scratch or you just work on the one that you're already working on, which I already did mine. So that helped a lot. And also we were able to look at some of the displays that they had there, and then they give you your shopping list and you can either place your order right there or you can just kind of hold off and then go back and revise some things. I decided to make some revisions to replace the upper cabinets with 40 inches instead of the 30, and then bring them all the way up to the ceiling. And then those floating pieces are just filler pieces to go above the pantry and the refrigerator so that can also be flush to the ceiling as well. But yeah, it was a pretty straightforward process. I made my revisions, then placed my order, which should be delivered around December 2nd. And then you guys get to watch me do the fun part, which is putting everything together. But in the meantime, there's still plenty of work to be done, which involves electrical, plumbing, drywall, popcorn ceilings, and picking out new appliances. So stay tuned. All right, so now having sat down and actually planned out the kitchen, it's really cool to kind of see the process of it, because it is kind of hard for me personally to visualize things just by looking at it. So actually getting a mock-up and seeing it in 3D was kind of cool. But yeah, I'm really excited. But first I have to finish the demo process, which you guys will be seeing in the video after next. But that is all I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next one.